Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the Scottish Sim Guy here, and here we are on my farm build here on Saxlingham by Farm Sim Briscoe. So if you have watched the farm build tour, thank you very much for that. It is really becoming a popular video on YouTube. Comments on it are absolutely insane. But what can I say? Though I built a farm on it, all credit must go to Farm Sim Briscoe for producing this absolutely amazing map. I did say to him the other day that I need to keep checking outside the house, because I always think there's a pheasant outside the window, because it does sound that realistic. So basically I've done this farm build on this map here. My farm, I'm going to call it Riverside Farm. I'm going to do a little Let's Play series on it. So this is the plan for it. I'm going to play this map for a little bit. Really enjoying just messing about on it so far and doing that farm build. So I just thought, you know what, let's just do a little Let's Play series on it. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to head out and we're going to go and do a bit of harvesting and start getting that done, and just get that ran back to the farm. Now the majority of our fields are all grass fields, the way I've set it up, and we've got this arable field out here. We do have another one at the top of the map, but this is our main big one down here. It's going to help produce the majority of the straw that we'll use during the winter for the cattle. So we're going to get the combine down here and get started, and then get the tractor and trailer brought out to start carting it back to the farm. That is hopefully the plan. I don't know where the series will go, what's going to happen, but we'll just play it by ear, and we'll see. So I'm just going to actually drop the header off here, pull up here and drop it off. So we're using an old class Saxlingham 530, one of the farms that I used to work on about 20 years ago. We used to run one of these. We used to run one of these. We used to have a class Saxlingham, and we used to have it on tracks. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I decided that I would just throw this little combine into the farm build. That's not going to do there, is it? Because I'm too high up. I'm not going to get it off, but I'm going to have to move back and sit it somewhere more level to be able to get it off the trolley. It's just too much of an uphill. Right, let's move it down here onto the flat. Yeah, reverse it back in here then. I should be able to pick it up from there. Saying that, but one thing I have noticed about that would be the V750 header and the V750 trailer. If you can see that, it just keeps pulsing, sitting on the trailer all the time, just constantly. Look at it, just constantly pulsing. So definitely needing a little update or something there for that. So we're going to get the combine opened up, and we're going to set it for dropping straw swaths. I'm going to get the GPS set up here, and we'll get going. So I'm going to do 2 runs round, 6 and a half a dozen what way you do this field, going across that way. Yeah, that's the way we'll do it like that. So run up and down the way. It's 6 and 2 3s, but yeah, right, so set that up there, and we'll get everything running and going here. Right, and away we go. Easy. Should be. Not sure how far round we'll get round this field. It is a fair decent field, but I don't think it's that heavy a crop in all honesty by the looks of it. It's only reaching 62% yield, so yeah, I might make it all the way round without having to drop a tank, which will be better. Then I can run back and get the trailer and bring it back. So if you did watch a tour video, you'll know we've got some dung sitting up in the corner there, so the plan would be get this wheat off, get some dung on it, and whether it needs ploughed or just cultivated, get that done, and then we can get it back into a crop. Not sure what crop we'll go for, but we'll see. We're going to be changing some of the fields about, like the grass fields, into some crops and vice versa, just to rotate things round about and make some of the small kind of weird shaped fields will stay grass, but we'll put some of the bigger fields into crops, or as we make money we'll just purchase other ones, and then with the plan, depending on the size of the field that I actually buy, I would maybe split it into two. I don't want my fields to be too big, but then again, depending how it goes, if the series goes and you buy bigger fields, then that allows you to buy bigger equipment, extend the farm if needs be. There's room there on the farm to extend out the back if we really wanted to, be that more cattle or go into something else, but we'll see how it goes. We'll start off and we'll get done what we need to do, so we'll get our crops harvested. There is only the two fields. We'll get that silage pit filled with as much grass as we can, as it will be obviously end up doing the harvest. It'll take a good while, and then probably September by the time we're actually going to be looking to put grass in the pit, depending on how long it takes. Could just do it this month and just keep it on 0.5 and just make sure I get it done, and that allows me to do more. At the end of the day, I can fast forward time for videos, vice versa. There we go. So yeah, we'll get this straw will be baled. This is probably one of the only main fields that we've got that's got a decent size. It's going to supply us with hopefully a good amount of straw for the cattle during the winter to keep them bedded. How many bales, I don't know why you're wanting to go up there. So one thing about this GPS, at times when you're trying, it just has a mind of its own sometimes and disappears. We're back on track now, so yeah, I mean we're more than halfway around the field and we're only at 51% in our tank, so it's definitely not a high yielding field of wheat, that's for sure. But as you start the map, it's ready. It just doesn't want to take that corner there. So that's why sometimes you're just as well doing the outsides of the fields yourself rather than using the GPS, because when it's meant to be turning a corner it should, and then corners you don't think it will turn round, it actually sometimes does turn round. So yeah, there's a pile of dung there on the left hand side that we'll use all of that plus more to get some dung across this field once we've got the straw and all the wheat off of the field. So yeah, I must just kind of say to everyone, if you are watching this video and you did watch the farm build, just a massive thank you. I mean, the amount of comments and from people just saying that, you know, my videos give them quite a lot of inspiration what to do for their farms and vice versa. Definitely means a lot. So I just kind of do this for a bit of fun. I enjoy making farms, but a lot of people are then taking that out and implementing it themselves. So again, if you are building, copying anything that I do, hit me up on Discord, send me messages, show me them. You'll get me on Facebook as well as Scottish Sim Guy. Love to see people's farm builds. It also gives me inspiration, as I've said before. But yeah, this map is it's something special, and I've been watching Farm Sim Briscoe's videos lately. He's obviously got another map as a work in progress, so looking forward to that one being released as well. So one thing about him, for such a new map maker, this map is really high detailed, very high detailed. I mean, that ford and the way the water moves, just the sounds in it as well. And as he says, he's spent a lot of money on equipment to go out and go and record sounds at 4 o'clock in the morning in a woods to get the pheasants and things making noise. So his dedication to it is absolutely unreal, considering, these guys aren't making money, they're just doing it for the love of wanting to actually do it. So hats off to him. He's made an absolutely amazing map that we didn't know if it was going to come to console. Thankfully it did. So I am absolutely grateful for that. A lot of people always say I should go to PC, but I've always been a console player. Don't think that'll ever change. The only reason I would probably go to PC would only be just to do a map or something like that, and I'm not a modder. I don't know the first thing about it. It would take me a long time to learn. I can build a map, can build a farm using the tools in the game, but when it comes to Giants Editor and Blender and all this carry on, I have not got the slightest idea of what I'm doing. So I think I'll just leave that to the guys that do, but I do enjoy building farms, and it's nothing against these guys who are building these amazing maps, especially at Farm Sim Briscoe, where this is a real life area. These farms are real life, so he's copying them and implementing them. We're just going to jump straight over this way and get this tractor taken down. So he's just building what he's seen in real life, and if you follow him on YouTube and watch how he's going about and building his maps, he's using Google Maps, he's looking at the areas, he's looking at all the things in that area and trying to copy them. And this is an area in England that's a lot of red bricked farm buildings and houses and things like that, so he's just basically copying what's there. But the good thing about what he's allowed us to do is to be able to delete the farm buildings. So don't get me wrong, there are people who don't like the layout of certain farms or the buildings in certain farms, and most maps don't allow you to delete the farm buildings, so you'll go off and build your own farm on another area of the map. I enjoy doing farm builds, as I say, and it's nothing against the map makers. I just like doing that, and any UK map that comes out, I'm going to build a farm on it, regardless of how good their farms are on the map to start with. But yeah, if you can, an added bonus is being able to delete the farm buildings, which means you can use those areas and delete them and then build it as you would like. But also with that is then allowed you to actually use the buildings that Farm Sim Briscoe on this map is put in, so you can use the grain buildings, and all those buildings are available for you to actually use, as well as his custom textures and things like that. I used a farm plate there building it that he put in for the map. So yeah, it's just things like that. There's been a lot of time thought put into a map like this, and it's definitely starting to show that he is becoming a very, very good map maker. Not that he wasn't, but as I say with anything, the more you do it, the more practice you get, the better you get at it. And it's why a lot of people come up to me and say, oh, I can't build farms, I can't do this, I can't do that. The only way to do is learn. It's how I learned. You've just got to practice and see how you can do it. And yeah, you'll make a mess of it, but as I say, when I first started, as I was just save your game as you go, and that way if you've done something wrong, you've not ruined the whole entire farm build. Start again at the previous point, try things out, and practice does help. But you know, I find it quite easy to do, even leveling off the ground and things like that, to be able to put buildings down. There's a certain knack to it, but yeah, just try, that's all I say. It's like people that, you know, I want this mod, I want that mod, can we get this mod? See, if you really want a mod, go out and do it yourself. Mod making's hard. There's no easy thing about it, you know. It takes a lot of time and effort. So if you want something that badly, go and make it yourself. If not, then you just have to wait patiently and hoping that a mod that you want is actually going to come out. So yeah, it's one of these things. Everybody loves the mods when they come out, and Farming Simulator is nothing without mods. But a lot of modders get a lot of grief and a lot of hassle, be it map makers or, you know, tractor makers, the guys that are making tractors, combines, forklifts, you name it. With that, they get an absolute lot of grief, especially if something goes wrong, just like Giants did when this game first came out. But yeah, it's a lot better, as I have said previously, than it once was. So the game is getting very, very good indeed. Looking forward to Scottish Highlands coming out. Not that I'm going to do any fishing or that on it, but I'm looking forward to the Scottish map coming out. See what that's like. Do a farm build on that, obviously. But yeah, so that would be next month that that's out. Already got it pre-ordered, and yeah, really looking forward to that one. But see, you know, when I am just I just play UK's farms maps. America ones, yeah, I've played some of them in the past. They're a bit too big for me, or just different machinery wise. When you're used to this and this is what you've done and you've farmed in the UK, then this is why I choose to use UK maps and only usually do my farm builds on UK maps. I've done a few like Polish maps and things like that in the past on 22, but I just stick solely to UK maps now. It's what I want to play, it's what I want to use, so that's why I only stick to them. Right, so we're getting on. We need to get all the end rigs off here on this field. So we're going to go and we'll get this tank filled, but what I'm going to do, guys, rather than ramble on too long, because I'm nearly at 20 minutes, I am just going to go and I'm going to stick this on a time lapse, and with that we'll crack on, get the field finished, and we'll maybe speak to you maybe halfway through it or so. But yeah, as I say, I'm going to stick it on a time lapse, crack on, and just get on with things. So we'll catch you on the other side.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down.
Right everyone, so we are back and we are getting on with this field. We're getting on quite well. If we just take a wee step back here and look, we have got a good majority of it done here. So there's only this little bit here, so not too much to go. We've only obviously, you've seen we've only had the one trailer load off of it. It's not going to be a high yielding field for the size of it, but it is what it is. So obviously when we do go and put the new crop in here, it'll be well fertilised. Obviously it was needing fertiliser or something on here, that's why the yield's not too good, but it was already ready to harvest when we started. So hopefully the next field that we've got isn't as bad a yield as what this one is, but we take what we've got, so that's what we've got, so at least we've got something. So we're sticking it in the bin, we'll sell it at some point. What we get for it I don't know, but the big thing is the straw, needing the straw, and then that gives me plenty, and then with that, if there's any excess, we'll get it sold. And then the big thing obviously is to get some silage in that pit, so that's probably going to be one of the next ones that we do, is just getting that silage done. So yeah, that is basically going to be the plan, but we're getting there with this field. So far 2.2 hectares done, and we've got one trailer load off it so far. I dare say there probably might only be another trailer load or a trailer load in just a little bit. There's not going to be much left in all honesty by the time I do. Be maybe another one big long run, and then it's all going to be little short runs. I'm sitting about 8.9 tonne to the hectare, so if we've done 2 hectares, you know, we're only 16, 18 tonne at a push, so we've not got a lot off this field for the size of it so far, but as I say, it is what it is. So yeah, we've got another one full, one full one anyway, because this will cut into more or less, and that'll be a little tail up here, and then the rest going to be really short runs. So this will be the last full run down, and this might get, we'll get back up and then we'll unload into the trailer, and we might get the rest of it actually all into the next tank. It's about 2.25, 2.33 tanks on the Lexian to a trailer load, so yeah, get a good bit. I think it's, what's it, 9,000, is it as much as 9,000? I wasn't even looking when it was full earlier on to see how many. It must be about 9,000 litre tank on it, so yeah, 2.25 tanks. So I have been speaking to a few people that are playing this map, and they've been telling us what they've been doing, what they've been up to on the map. A lot of people have actually built quite a lot. Some of them are obviously PC players, so they've had the map for quite a while. So with that, they've been able to do quite a lot. Some of them was, someone mentioned that they built like 4 farms on the map. They've got farms all over the place, so they've got like 200 hours in the map so far. So yeah, a lot of them have been playing it for a while, so people are absolutely loving the map. So I'm hoping myself I'm going to be, you know, a lot of hours into this, keep this series going for as long as I can. Even when the Scottish map comes out, I think I'll just hopefully keep plugging away and going at this one. But obviously I'm going to be doing the farm builds. Those are the ones that everybody loves to see. It's the ones that I like to do, so we will still be getting those done. So yeah, I think we'll get this run finished, get this little tail done, and then we'll go and fill up that trailer before we go down and start the right small short runs. As if I can even get this little bit, we're at 92%, so I should hopefully get this little tail here completed, and then yeah, we'll get the get it unloaded, and then hopefully get the rest of that. So yeah, be two trailer loads anyway. Just missing that little bit there, so I'll clean that up once we've got that done there. And, I'm not sure how many bales of straw we'll get off it. We do have a square baler, so everything's getting square baled. We'll even be doing some square bales of silage at some point. And as it goes on, might even end up doing some contracts and that in the quieter times, just to give us something to do. But if there's plenty of work to do for the Let's Play, then I not really need to do that. But sometimes I do it just for something to do, but if there's plenty to do, then I'm not going to bother. So I'll go over and we'll get this unloaded into the trailer, and then we will get the rest of the field done. And then yeah, I think we'll go down, we'll jump on a time lapse just to get the rest of the field done. And then once we're finished and complete, we'll jump back on, we'll get all the kit back to the farm, probably just come down and start baling this, and then that'll maybe do us for this episode. Don't want it going on too long, but usually end up being about 45-50 minutes for some episodes. I know the first episode that I done on Lady Hill was roughly around about 50 minutes long, so my intro's about between 2 and 3 minutes long for this, because I like to do these little intros now. Would love to have a PC to be able to do it and do it properly, but I do like to do these new intros now that you've seen me do for farm builds or series. That's all thanks to the midlife simpster, who I kind of messaged one day and I went, "Oh, you're doing these kind of theatrical trailer kind of things, how did you do it?" And I kind of knew how he was doing it. Obviously we can't zoom up above the map like we can in PC and be able to do things like that, so everything has to be kind of planned, and you're having to do it on construction mode and just doing a little fly past of certain things. But then as you go in to edit it, you've got to expand that out to take all your buildings and that down the left hand side and what's along the bottom out the way. So that's kind of how we do it. So I have been enjoyed doing them and making them. So yeah, what we'll do, guys, is we're just going to go up here and make a break, and once I've made the break, I'm going to end up sticking it. So we're going to just get ourselves squared up here, reverse back, once we start making the break, we'll get it stuck onto a time lapse, and I'll catch you on the other side. I'll speak to you once we've got this field done. But apart from that, guys, I will jump it onto a time lapse and I'll catch you later. Right everyone, that is that field all harvested and all done, so combine's back at the farm. Just going to take the grain back, stick it in the bin, and I'm going to get the 7S onto the baler, and we'll just come along and we'll make a start getting these baled. Not necessarily going to get them carted or anything like that, but get the field baled anyway, get them all sitting there, and then we can get them carted back at some point. Maybe the next thing to do is either do a little bit of silage as I have said, or we might just go, I think that other field's ready to harvest, so I don't want to be too long, but I probably might just do the grass next. We'll get some silage in the pit and then we'll actually harvest that, so we'll kind of keep it running slow on this month just to get caught up with things and get things done, and then we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, get this back, get it in the grain bin, come up and get the straw bales, see how many bales we get, and then with that, we'll, that'll be that episode. In the next episode, yeah, we'll go and get some grass cut and get some grass rode up, and let's get some in the pit and see how much grass we've actually got. We've got obviously a fair few grass fields around us. Some will go into crops, as I have said, some will remain grass, and yes, but I think we'll end up with a good bit of grass. I'm hoping to fill the pit anyway, and if anything extra, then we can get it baled or another cut. Need to do some hay, got some hay, need to do a wee bit of grass for the sheep, but that's not till later on. I could even do that next year, just for the lambs when they come into the shed. I'm not going to get round. I need to open these gates up. In all honesty, I was trying to do it like I did last time without opening up the gates, but I'm probably just as well jumping out and opening up these gates, and then that just makes it a little bit easier for myself to get. Though it doesn't help that I've stuck that compactor right there, so when I'm wanting to swing the tractor around, it's actually in the way. Got it now, it's better. Yeah, nothing like making things hard for yourself when you can actually open gates and move things out the way. But yeah, get this tapped in, and we'll go and get the 7S, and I'll stick the 7S on the baler. I'll just leave this on the trailer, so we'll just go and stick this back where we got it, round next to the soy tank and the dung spreader, so we'll just go and stick this in here out the way. I'll get round here in the winner. No, I won't, because the gate's open. Better now. But yeah, somebody had asked and said on the comments of the farm build video about this, kind of concrete here, farm plate stuff. So that is an add-in by Farm Sim Briscoe on the map. So it's actually quite good. It's quite nicely detailed. It's just not your standard lovely, nice new laid concrete. It's got that old feel about it, so that's why I like it. And then obviously you'll see these kind of tyre marks here. There, I've laid them down. They're actually a mod that you can put down, so it just kind of gives it that feel of a trailer scraping as it's, the tyres scraping into the ground and putting a little bit of rubber down as you're turning, because that's what they do. Right, go and put the big old stone square baler on. I do like an older square baler, they're cheaper and they do the exact same job. But yeah, I'm going to stick this baler on, and we'll go down and start getting some bales made. See how many bales we can actually get. So 7S is the biggest tractor we're running on the farm. It's just over 200 horsepower. I had thought of bringing in a bigger one, but we might do that at a later date, depending on how the farm develops, depending on, you know, crop wise especially. A bigger tractor, pull a little bit bigger kit and things. And that's grass fields over there that we will be doing for silage, and hopefully the next episode. So we will head up here to that field and we'll just start getting the fields baled. But again, I can't say enough about this map. I'm just, the detail, everything about it is just absolutely fantastic. You know, even just coming up here, it's a little bits of, you know, it's a like kind of foliage and that here, you know, just stuff that just kind of makes it, it's just not meadow grass or grass down there. There's weeds in there, there's stuff that makes it look so realistic. And then even round about the tree roots and stuff like that, the tree roots, the detail in the tree roots is absolutely phenomenal, you know. So it's an absolutely fantastic map. You know, down in here and get started. So I'm hoping to get a decent amount of bales off the field. Probably highly unlikely considering how low the yield was of the wheat, but we'll see. We'll soon know once we do our first run round the field how much we're actually going to get. So unfold the baler and we'll get it going. So start her up, lay her down. Right, and we'll get going. We'll see how quickly this actually starts to fill. Not entirely sure, but no, we should get a good few bales. Always takes a while obviously to get your first bale spat out, because it's got to produce 2 at least before it'll spit one out. So it's not until it starts to work on that third one that it actually puts one out. So let's see if I can get round here in one sweep without having to, yeah, there we go. I want to have to reverse back, and it wasn't a clean, it was a square edge. So but yeah, we'll get this baled. Again, I'll do so much guys just talking away, and then I will just stick it on a time lapse, because if I was to talk through every episode and just do it while I'm playing, I'm not going to get much done. So I'll do so much. I'll do the 2 runs round the outside probably, and then I'll stick on a time lapse for the rest of the field, and we'll just get on through it and get it done. See how we get on, and then I'll probably leave these to sit in the field for a while before I actually come and pick them up and cart them back to the farm. So we've got one bale produced anyway that obviously isn't out yet, and then swapping on the second one. So we'll maybe get 3 bales to going round the field. So if we get 3 bales, that'll be 6 bales on the end rigs. Maybe, I don't know, if we're going to end up with like 15 bales or something, maybe. Not a lot, but see how we get. It's better than nothing. I think I've got maybe 8 bales sitting. Yeah, 8 bales sitting in the shed, so yeah. We'll see how we fare with the straw wise. We do have another field as well, so between the 2 of them, they should give us plenty of straw for the cattle for the winter. I do like the Fergie tractor. It's got a decent tractor. Used to drive Fergies back in the day. It's always older ones, you know, 390s, 390Ts, 3080s, 3085s, 3120s, 3125s. And as I got older, you know, I went into New Hollands, John Deere's, and then Fence and Bastracks in the end up. Is what we used to run. Right, at the end there. So that bale's just about to pop out. So there we go. So definitely 3 bales to going around the field, I think, is what we're going to achieve. So with 6 bales, as I said, to a run the end rig anyway. But I do need to look to see if this field actually needs ploughed or just cultivated. I've got 2 ploughs for the 2 tractors to run and get ploughing done. I've only got the 1 cultivator, so if needs be I could go and buy a cultivator and just to get things done a bit quicker. Get the 2 tractors going side by side in the field, one with the AI missing only doing every second run, and it means I just fill in the gap and we can work our way across the field and get it done a lot quicker. The one thing I like about the GPS is being able to do stuff like that. You can do it with 2 ploughs, but you need to be really right next to that AI worker. You can't let any distance, because if he gains on you, away from you a bit, he's already coming down the run that you want to, you're going up and you end up crossing each other, and it's not the best. So I have done it in the past. As long as you stick right to the tail of that AI worker, it works out well, because he's out and turning and you're coming out and turning right at the back of him. But doing it with cultivators is obviously a little bit easy. You let them get a run ahead of you and you just fill in the gaps in the middle. So it does make it quite simple. That's one of the reasons I do love the GPS, is just allowing you to do stuff like that, you and an AI worker working away in the field at the same time, because you're allowing them to do every second run. So yeah, no, it does work, it's fantastic. Right guys, we're nearly all the way around the field, so I think I'll get to the end of this run, I'll stick it on a time lapse, and we will basically catch you when we're done. Once we've done the field, I'll jump back on as we're heading back to the farm. I'll talk to you, and then we will basically call it a day for that episode, I think. But other than that guys, we'll catch you on the other side. We'll see you soon. Right everyone, that is that bale, that field all baled. We get 12 bales off of it. So just under the 15 that I thought we might have, so 12, still enough. It's better than nothing. That'll give us 20 straw bales in total. They are, decent sized bales as well, as a lot in them. So by the time we do the other field, it's not as big as that field. Maybe end up, but I'll have to get 10 off of that other field and maybe end up with 30 bales in total. And that does, that would probably see us out winter, in all honesty. It doesn't sound a lot, 30 bales, but in the game, in the way that I play it one day of the month, 20 bales, 30 bales will probably be enough to see us through and get us to throughout the winter. If I need to buy bales in, then I will. That's what I'll do. But yeah, we'll just head down to the farm, stick this tractor in the shed, put off the baler, and then that'll do us for this episode. Definitely 100% next episode we are going to go and cut some grass and get some silage in the pit. So we're going to go and get some grass cut, and we'll get it rode up so I don't have a rake or doing it. I'll show you what I have got though. So everything's kind of tuned apart from my crone baler here, so I'll show you when we put it in the shed, so we're not running an additional rake as such. So just come round in here, if you have spotted that in there. I don't usually use them, if you know what, but rakes the idea, and probably will go if I go bigger. And it's just what I usually do, and if you've seen me, if I've got a bigger tractor, about 230 horsepower, I will use the Pottinger triple mowers and put 3 rows into one. Didn't want to really go for 230 horsepower, so I went for just about 200. So with that, I've still got butterfly mowers, but we obviously need to put 3 into one. So rather than the rake, we went for the swather there, to put swaths into one. So that's what we went for. So that's what we'll end up using. So I'm actually just going to go and sit this weight block off. I may as well go and sit this weight block off right here, because we will be putting the triple mowers on, and then cutting some grass in the next episode. So I'll actually just leave this tractor up in here, because this is where I'll need it. But other than that, folks, thank you very much for watching my first episode of Riverside Farm here on Saxlingham by Farm Sim Briscoe. Hope you have enjoyed it, and if you've not, please subscribe to the channel. It does help. I have had a lot of new subscribers in the last day since I've done this farm build. So thank you very much to all of yous. Thanks for the likes. Ring that little bell, get some notifications of when my videos and that do go up. But apart from that, guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.